Hey guys, and welcome to the Bayern View. Hopefully, guys are all doing well. We're back with another live stream. This time, we're not actually doing a Bayern game, but we are going to be doing more of this. I'm going to try my best to do a daily live stream at 8 p.m. every single day going forward. Fingers crossed we can keep to that. But I'll obviously let you know if we can't keep to it, if I'm away or whatever. But either way, welcome to the Bayern View. Hope you guys are all doing well. My fan seems to be doing something, but whatever. Let's say hello to the people real quick. I do apologise, mate. I seen your comment when I went live. I do apologise. Yeah, neither of those we're being linked with, but you never know. You never know. Look at Sadio Mané. I didn't think that was going to happen, and then bosh, it happened. So yeah, was caught off guard. Caught me off guard with the thumbnail. Yeah, like I said though. Just then, you never know. You generally never know. Not a hope, a chance. Yeah, for real. What's up, Beats? How you doing, man? Welcome in. Right, I just need to quickly move my fan, and then we'll get into what I've got prepared for you guys, and so on and so forth. So, bear with me 1 second. Right. Gonna work now, fan? Stupid fan. Generally stupid fan. Right. Sorry about that, guys. Right, let's get back into this. So I need that fan on. Let me know if it's hitting the microphone, if you can hear like wind and that. But without further ado, let's get into the stream. So of course, Bayern Munich is a massive thing going around with Bayern Munich at the moment. Who's gonna go? Who's gonna stay? Of course, today we are going to be focusing on the centre back roles and centre back in general. I don't really know where to start, to be honest with you. Like I've got everything planned. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to be bringing in Beats as well. So yeah, there's a spoiler for the show, but we'll be bringing in Beats soon. I'll send them the link soon. But yeah. Lucas Hernandez, that's where we'll start. We're going to start with Lucas Hernandez. So Lucas Hernandez seems to want to go to PSG. I'm literally just searching his name now. He seems to want to go to PSG, which sucks. It really does suck. But at the end of the day, there ain't nothing we can do. There generally is nothing we can do. What are we gonna do? You know, if my man wants to go to PSG, then to be honest with you, the only thing we can do is generally let him go to PSG, which in itself, I don't really want to be saying, but it is what it is. And Pavard is taking the more professional rank, if you want to say, which still sucks because I'd like both of them to stay, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, let's get into the show either way. So let's take your comment off the screen. So straight away, let's share the screen. Present, share screen. Which one is it that I'm looking for? Lucas Hernandez. So Lucas Hernandez, what's on the screen? Let me see. Let's go with this one. So Lucas Hernandez, looks like he wants out. Let's be realistic. 2nd of June, Lucas Hernandez has clearly told Bayern he wants to join PSG. Bayern would demand 60 million plus add-ons for the Frenchman. Yeah, he doesn't want to stay. Same sort of thing. So he's going. So there's one thing. We can get rid of that page now. And then let's go and put up the one about Benjamin Pavard. And again, Pavard seems like he wants to go. So Pavard. This was put out yesterday. Benjamin Pavard wants to leave the club this summer. Clubs in the race are Real, Barcelona, Liverpool, Manchester United, Man City, Inter, and so on. Bayern would demand 30 million plus add-ons or consider a player swap. Now that's very interesting, that one. Very interesting. But I know that there's this, that, you know what I mean? It kind of is the same thing with both of them. But it just looks like Lucas Hernandez is taking the snakier approach. I don't like that saying, when we call players a snake and all of that, but it generally looks that way. So who are we going to go and get? This is where we now get in depth into the video. So 2 centre backs want out. who are we going to go and get? And I do apologize for throwing everyone off with the thumbnail, but I obviously didn't want to put the options on the thumbnail in case I ruin it. So let's share you this screen though, and then we can get into this bad boy. So let's just go. I need to change that because that's one of the names, like so. Bish bash bosh. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying. If you have, please do smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I know this is something different, and let's get into this one. So, again, I quickly just need to check out where I am on the screen. No, definitely don't want that. Let's go with that one. Yes, 100%. The only problem is I think he's going to cost us an arm and a leg to go and get. But yeah, here we go. This is what I've done for you guys anyway. And let's get into this one. So 5 centre-back options for Bayern Munich. Now, obviously, these two on the screen, as you can see, I'm not really too sure where I'm pointing. To be perfectly honest with you, which way is it? This way. These two on the screen here are obviously the two that went out, like I just said, and now we're going to get into this in itself. So centre backs for next season. This is going to be who we will have next season. Now I know that obviously Stanisic isn't actually centre back, and I know these are FIFA cards. Just take away that they're FIFA cards because I've just generally just used that, so we could just get it in there basically. So Stanisic can play there. He can play the centre back. He can play the right back, and he can play the left back. Definitely someone I don't want to see go anywhere, no matter who the manager is. Definitely someone I want to keep building with. So Stanisic most definitely needs to stay. Of course, then Upamecano. He is definitely a player. That I know a lot of fans have got on the back of recently, but to be perfectly honest with you, I think that's wrong. I generally do. And Upamecano is he's brilliant. He's fantastic. Has he had some shaky games? 110%. Have I said that he's had some shaky games? 110%. I say how it is. But we do need to definitely back him, and he ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And then the main man, the signing of the summer, for us, the player of the season, all of this stuff, Matthijs. Ridiculous. So yeah, so these are obviously the 3 options that we have. We obviously Sula went, Alaba went. Who else has gone from centre back role? Tengai Enzu went. We've had so many players over the past gone, and this is what we're left up with. Of course, Alphonso Davies left back, Mazraoui right back. I think Bonassar will be going. So we're going to be really thin at the back, to be perfectly honest with you. So first option, Laporte. This is going to be the first option. So I've got 5 for you guys. There's going to be 5 options in here. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of the chat, guys, because obviously this is live. And if you're watching this as a video, let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, Laporte was born on the 27th of May 1994. So he's 29 years old. Of course, was French, and then obviously was with, I want to say Bilbao. I probably butchered that. Was it Athletic Bilbao, I believe, for so many years. So obviously changed his nationality to Spanish. And now he is in with the Spanish national team, currently obviously playing for Manchester City. And as you can see, Premier League this season, hopefully you can see that. Is it really, really small? It is. Okay, so I'll have to read it to you guys. Sorry. I can zoom it in a little bit. So Premier League this season, 12 matches played. Not that many, to be perfectly honest with you. Needs to be many more, if I'm being honest. Champions League, he's played 4, and EFL Cup, he's played 3. So, not good enough. Not good enough. Played just over 20 games. To be perfectly honest, if I could do the math, I believe that's right. No, actually, 19 games. Just not good enough, to be perfectly honest with you. Not good enough. Look, now on Laporte's price, from what is being said, I'm not really too sure how much we would get him for, but Fabrizio Romano on March 7th, which I know was a while ago, Laporte has concrete chances to leave Man City in the summer. Many clubs keeping a tab on him, so he definitely could go. I can check the latest on the news on him as well. So yeah, I'm not really too sure if he's going to be going. May 1st, Laporte will explore his options in the summer and wants to be a regular start again. So definitely a player we could go and get. Laporte, I'm not really too sure how much you think he would cost. Not at all, but definitely a good option. 110% a good option, but only one option of obviously what we're talking about in this video. So that's the first option. Again, let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and let's carry on. So Laporte is the first one. Second one is going to be Pau Torres. Obviously playing for Villarreal, again, similar to Laporte, a Spanish national team player, currently 26 years old, born on the 16th of January 97. The only thing I could find was that he played in La Liga this season, 33 matches and scored a goal. Other than that, I couldn't actually find too much on him, if I'm being 110%. Very good player, though. Very good player. Was linked with Manchester United a long time, a couple of seasons ago, and is a very good player. I know that Juventus were looking at him, and various clubs like Manchester United still are looking at him. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Pau Torres. Like I said, I showed you at the start, we haven't got many players, and I'm really not too sure where we go, to be honest with you, if it isn't Pau Torres, to be honest. But let's carry on. So yeah, Pau Torres, from what it's saying on Twitter, May 5th, Fabrizio Romano, Juventus have held talks in order to be informed about Pau Torres' deal for the summer, as called by Sport. He's one of the top players in the club's list. No decision yet made, and that was on May 5th, so a month ago. And then on May 25th, it was put out from Fabrizio Romano also that Manchester United are looking at him. For some reason, it doesn't really say too much on his price. In 2022, which I know was a long time ago, it was said that they would be around 40 to 45 million pounds if we were to, not for us to look at him, it was for Arsenal. But I know that he's also been heavily linked with his old manager. He is left-footed. Yes, 100%. His old manager, I can't think of his name now, Unai Emery, that is obviously at Aston Villa. So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, Pau Torres, let me know what you guys think of him in the comment section down below. Very good player. So, yeah, we've had Laporte, we've had Pau Torres. And the next guy, I'm going to butcher his name, but I believe it is Ganado. I'm going to butcher this. Incandio? I probably butchered it. I know that he's a young lad, 21 years old, born in on the 25th of August 2001. Obviously playing for Sporting, is a Portuguese national player. Very young player, and I know that there are a lot of clubs sought after for this lad now. In the Portuguese league, he's played 33 matches, scoring 1 goal, 3 assists, a couple of yellow cards in there. I'm guessing the Taça da Liga, I want to say that's their cup, I believe, and he has played 6 matches in that with 2 goals. Champions League, they were in the Champions League. He played 6 matches in that, and obviously they got knocked out. And then obviously went into Europa League. He played 6 matches in that also. So he's played a good amount of games. Is that at the top level? Now, Europa League, is that a good level? Champions League, good level. I know that a lot of people like to say Farmers League if it isn't the Premier League, but he's getting a good amount of minutes. Let's just put it that way. He's getting a good amount of minutes, 110%, a massive amount of minutes. And, that's what we want to see, 110%. So, yeah, 100%. He is another player. On price-wise, I think around 45 million is his release clause. February 2022. Again, I know it's a long time ago. It was something to do with his contract being extended. I think he extended it until 2026. So he's got a contract. And then in that contract, there is a 45 million release clause is still included. And Newcastle among the clubs that were interested last January. And then it just gets lower and lower and lower. Saying, Liverpool in for him, Wolverhampton Wanderers were looking at him, so on and so forth. So 45 million would be his price, basically. 45 million is his release clause. clause. You can go and get him for that. And let me know what you guys think of that one, again, in the chat and in the comment section down below. So that's 3 done. Laporte, Pau Torres, and then Indicator. I can't say his name. I'm going to butcher it, but this lad. Next one, Bastore. Now, this is going to be a hard one to get off of Inter's hands. That definitely needs to be said right now, because he is still in the Champions League final. Of course, he did play against Bayern 2 legs, obviously, in the Champions League this season, where we obviously with Julian nagelsmann, absolutely amazing until we sacked him. But Bastore, very, 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 very good player. Brilliant player. I will get into all of your comments in a minute, guys, so bear with me, please. I will get into your comments. But Bastore, now this guy's amazing. He really, really is. 24 years old, born on the 13th of April, 1999. I believe so you say it, or 99, whatever you want to say. Obviously, is an Italian national player and an Inter Milan player. Currently, still, I really hope he has a fantastic game and stops City winning, but is a fantastic player. So, in the Serie A this season, he's played 28 games with 2 assists, 3 yellows. Again, a good amount of games, especially in that league with the likes of Juve, Napoli ripping it up. You've got the other Milan team, AC Milan, ripping it up. And then various other clubs that I haven't mentioned ripping it up also. It is definitely a good league. Look at Jose Mourinho. I know they got screwed out of it because of penalties, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? There are some good managers in that league, and a massive amount of talent, to go against and to play with, if that makes any sense. So yeah, he definitely played a good amount of games in the Serie A. The Champions League, 11 matches in that, and then in the Coppa Italia, 4 matches in that. He is a brilliant player, like I said, 24 years old. Bastore from Inter, contract ends in 2024, so we could get him for about 50 odd million. And again, another player we probably should be looking at, to be perfectly honest with you. On the 29th of March, Fabrizio Romano put out about his future. It says his agent met the Inter board today to discuss the contract extension that as the deal expires in 2024, like I just said, and there are more meetings to follow. And nothing, Fabrizio hasn't said anything since the 20. For some reason, it's just refreshed. The 20-something of 29th of March. There we go. Sorry, it refreshed on me. The page refreshed on me. So yeah, definitely a player we could go and get him for around 50 million. That's something we could definitely get. We do have an okay relationship with Inter also. So definitely a player we could go and get 110%. So let me know what you guys think in the comments and in the chat on this one. And then the final one, this one's a bit of a wild card, and that's going to be Sergio Ramos. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be either yay or nay on this one. They're not going to like it or they're going to love it. Now, there's no doubt he's one of the best centre-backs of all time. No doubt in that. Now, his PSG career hasn't been the best. Let's not get it twisted. But, his Real Madrid career is ridiculous. Let's just put it that way. 30th of March 1986, he was born. Just generally, they put another 30 years on him. He's 37, so don't get it twisted. Other than Bastore and Encanto, however you say his name, they're young bucks. He definitely, this will be his last contract until he was to go to like the MLS, or if he was to go to Saudi Arabia for the big bucks, maybe even go play with Cristiano Ronaldo again. You know what I mean? Definitely a possibility there. But he's played a good amount of games this season. 32 games, 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 yellow cards and 1 red card. This campaign in the Liga Uber Eats. Playing with PSG. 32 games is a massive amount of games, to be perfectly honest with you, especially at his age as well, 37. So he's going to keep himself fit in there. Definitely a dirty player at times. Look what he did to Mo Salah, for instance. Obviously for Real Madrid. Champions League wise, though, 8 games played in that with 2 yellows, and then in the French Cup he played 3 with a goal. Now this one, the only reason I'm mentioning it, number one, because of his pedigree of his past, but the main reason for me is because he is a free agent. Now, 23 hours ago, Fabrizio Romano said the following: Sergio Ramos has decided to leave PSG or Paris Saint-Germain as a free agent. He will not sign a new deal at PSG. Tomorrow, and this is what he goes on to say, tomorrow I will say goodbye to another stage of my life, and it's a goodbye to PSG. And that he announced he will be a free deal and all of that. Now, 22 hours ago, it also said that Saudi league clubs have already started to approach him. So maybe that's where he'll go. Maybe that's where he'll go. But definitely a shout for Bayern as well. We're in a tricky situation at the moment. I don't know if Thomas Tuchel would want this lad, to be perfectly honest with you. But there are 5 options. Of course, there's so many. Obviously, the 2 on the thumbnail probably aren't going to happen, but are still players we could go for, but then again, we are going to generally have to break the bank for Virgil van Dijk and break the bank for Ruben Dias, 110%. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What we think, and like I said, this is what we've got here. This on the screen right now is all we've got. Benjamin Pavard wants to leave. If we don't keep Hernandez, that's 2 centre backs down, and that's what we're left with. So yeah, Laporte, Pau Torres, and Encanto. No, definitely not Encanto. That's the film my daughter likes watching. I can't say his name. This lad, I will. If you come to my club, I will most definitely know your name. Don't worry about that. Bastore, and then Sergio Ramos. So yeah, let me know what you guys thinking in the chat. We're gonna take that off the screen in a minute. And yeah, let me know. Let's read what some of you guys have to say in the chat. Let's go through that. So that's that over and done with for me talking, because generally I could talk all day. Let me quickly go to my Instagram messages to send Beats the link. If you're still in here, by the way, Beats, just take your time, mate. No worries. We will get in here. Let's just read what the chat has to say. So we went through that one, didn't we? I reckon we need 2 centre backs, as Tuchel has made it clear that he doesn't fancy Upamecano. That one would be a little bit challenging for me. To be perfectly honest with you, I need my AirPods, not that I know where they are. Yeah, that one wouldn't be the best for me, because I think Upamecano is definitely a mainstay for me personally. You can't let him go as well as the other 2 that obviously are already trying to go out. What's your thoughts on Pastore? Yeah, he is fantastic Italian, a fantastic Italian. Hopefully going to win himself the Champions League with Inter. Pau Torres is left-footed, 110%. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. I think we should be looking for a proper striker instead of other positions. I think we will go and get a proper striker. But we definitely need a centre back. You can't go into another season with 2 centre backs, and then one of them that's a makeshift centre back. To be perfectly honest with you, is a quality, good place and good on the ball. I take him. Also, Antonio Silva at Benfica. Yep, definitely another person we can go and get. My concern is all I'm seeing is everyone leaving and players' contracts running. To be honest, I'm very concerned at the moment. And yep, I agree with you, mate. I agree with you 100%. Exactly. I'm worried many players are leaving, 100%. I read that Gnabry, Mané and Sane were up for going to add that to Sabitzer, Gravenberch, and also Pavard and Hernandez. Davies, with only 1 year left on his contract, we are looking at a mess at the moment. And yeah, I can't disagree with that, mate. To be perfectly honest with you, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're generally not wrong. I do need to find my headphones though, so bear with me 1 second, guys. Beats is in here. I just need to quickly find my headphones. Obviously, you're going to hear him twice, so just bear with me 1 second. So let me quickly, right, let's find the headphones quick, and then we'll get back into the show. Where are my headphones? Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Beats is in here. We'll get him in just a second. But let's just quickly read what what we were saying. Yeah, we've read that one. Kimmich has been linked to other clubs. Don't worry about Kimmich. I see a lot of the Barcelona news, the Barcelona BS, and all of this about Joshua Kimmich. I don't think we should be worrying about Joshua Kimmich, if I'm being 100% with you. I would be gobsmacked. He is a player just like Alphonso Davies and just like Musiala. I don't see going. Now the Alphonso Davies one does scare me just a little bit, just because of the whole Brazo thing and all of that. That one does scare me a little bit. So yeah, there's that. Is worrying, man. We are looking at our mess 110%, mate. Right, let's get Beats into the building now.
What's up, man?
How you doing, mate?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Yeah, not so bad. I think this is your first live show, right?
It is. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. I've been in the comments, but never on the screen.
100%. So what you thinking of the centre back situation then, mate?
Little concerning. I think Pavard. We all knew about Pavard, but
yeah,
Hernandez was iffy. But now, I mean, who knows what's true? But it seems to be that he wants out, and I think it sucks the way he's going about it.
Yeah.
And I also think Bayern has put so much faith into the guy. They signed him when he was coming off an ACL. He's got another ACL. He's always had injury problems. And they've always said, hey, you're probably our best center back. They're been so faithful to the guy, and he not reciprocate. It's a little annoying to see that. So it's also very disappointing.
100%, yeah.
I was saying, I've said in videos before with you, Ligt, Hernandez, if healthy, that should be our starting pair.
Too, yeah.
So maybe not anymore.
Yeah, for real. Maybe not. Nicholas does make a point here, though, in the comments saying that we are being linked with Kimpembe. I don't see that one happening, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah, I mean,
especially if they aren't going to want to pay the money. By the way, which they 100% have the money, but they might not want to. They might want to do like a swap deal or something.
Right.
But yeah, are the options that I am putting the thing, I can put it back on the screen actually. Would you take any of those?
I would take Pau Torres. That was the one that jumped out at me.
Where are we? Okay, so Laporte is the first one. What do you think about Laporte?
I think I would take him too. A little older, which is not bad because Bayern has a lot of young center backs in De Ligt and Upamecano. So that's, that I'll take that. So yeah, I mean, Laporte, he's got a lot of experience with Manchester City, and we all might probably dislike it, but we have to admit they're arguably the best team in the world every season almost. So that's it. I wouldn't be upset about that. Another French.
They literally just won the double as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They beat Manchester United today 2-1. Yeah. So yeah, maybe they would be winning the treble this season.
I said he was. I forgot he switched nationalities. I said he's French, but he switched nationalities, didn't he?
Yeah.
So my bad, but yeah. Either way, I mean, good player.
100%. Pau Torres is obviously the second one we've been. Yeah. Well, we're not linked with, but a player we could go and get. Very good player. What's your opinion on him?
I like him. I've always seen him, rumored to be leaving Villarreal. Because they beat Bayern a couple of years ago, which was unfortunate. But not a team that's going to have crazy aspirations. So yeah, I mean I think that'd be a great link. That's a great link. I think he's a good player. I would definitely take him, especially if Hernandez is going to be leaving. We need another, preferably left-footed, at least one left-footed center back. So that's why I made the comment.
Yeah.
He's tall. I mean, it was a while ago, not too long ago, but I don't remember exactly the performance that he had against Bayern in the Champions League, but they won. So he must have done something right.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because that would have been with Levy, wouldn't it? So he would have definitely done something right to stop Levy scoring, because Levy was on fire season as well, wasn't he? So yeah. 26 years old as well. Probably does need to make the big step, to be
The
perfectly
jump,
honest
yeah,
with
yeah.
you. Yeah. I know that he's being linked with Aston Villa because obviously that's where his former manager Unai Emery is at the moment.
Makes sense.
And they've got some money behind them. But yeah, maybe he could be an option. The other one I did say, I can't ever say this guy's name. Do you know how to say his name?
I don't know if
Sorry,
it's completely right, but I would guess and say like, well, I don't know about the little
Yeah.
accent under the C, but like Gonzalo Inacio, maybe.
Yeah. It's, to be honest with you, that's way better than what I said. Do you know it? Do you know anything about him?
I don't. Other than the only thing I know about him is in like FIFA. You look up, manager mode. You know, look up like best young center backs to get. He's one that's usually up there. So
yeah, 100%.
Maybe that means something. I feel like Portugal. There's a lot of kind of gems that come out of Portugal. So
100%. 21 years old as well, so it would be a player for the future. Because if I'm right by saying what the lit is,
I think he's 23.
The lit's 23. Yeah. Upar is what? Data Mancano is.
He might be the same age. 24. Okay.
24 years old. So we definitely have a good amount of young centre backs in the team already. So maybe the likes of Laporte would be a good option. Obviously, depending on the price.
Right.
For that experience, of course. The only thing with Laporte, though, on him now, he's not being linked with Bayern. I want to actually stress that now for the live viewers and for people in the comments and all of that for when it goes as a video. None of these players are actually being linked with us dead in now. These are just a couple of options for Bayern. Laporte definitely wants to go, though. He wants more game time. If he was to come in, he would definitely be coming in to be a starter. So yeah, what would be your opinion on if he was to come in? Obviously, you said that, but as a starter, would you be all right with him being a starter? Because obviously, you've got Dayot, Mancano, and Ligt.
Yeah, probably. I think so. Maybe kind of just switch between Laporte and Upa because de Ligt has got to be a starter. If healthy, he's got to be a starter. So maybe.
Yeah. Bastoni?
I don't know as much about him. I've heard good things. I've seen that he's linked with a lot of big clubs for the last couple of seasons. But yeah, to be quite honest, I don't know enough about the Serie A to really give a great opinion.
Yeah, so let me quickly find the tab. So like I said, this is a long time ago. Well, not too long, but he obviously has his contract expiring in 2024. So he would definitely be an option for Bayern. And I actually had a comment. Tristan M, if you're watching this, mate, shout out to you. He was the one that said that we should go in for him. His contract ends in 2024, so we could get him for around 50 million. And that's obviously a fan or comment from a commenter, if you want to say.
Sure.
So yeah. But yeah, 28 games in the league. It's not the Premier League. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
Nor it's the Bundesliga, is it? So definitely will be a good option, 100%. I generally agree with some of the comments though, like the live chat. Like Bayern at the moment is such a mess. We don't know if our winger's going to stay. We know that Koeman definitely will. We know that Gnabry wants to. Leroy Sané, that's up in the air. Sadio Mané generally needs to go. Striker situation, midfielder situation, centre back situation. Oh, it's just an absolute mess at the moment.
It's a mess. That's why they fired most of the board. I mean, the board did that. So
100%.
Reap what you sow.
100%. What would be your opinion on this guy?
The only concern I have is his age, because he's been the best center back for maybe not now, but he has been in the past the best center back in the world without a question. I mean, the guy is clutch. He's coming up with big time goals as a center back. He's just kind of, I think he's got that dog in him, as the Bayern now would say. He would be a solid defender. I mean, he'd bring the most experience. So yeah, the only question I guess would be his age. Um,
On that though, obviously he would be coming in as a free transfer. Would you like to see maybe one of the other options, or maybe another centre back coming in as well as him, if both Lucas
yes,
and
yes,
Pavel
that
were
would
to go?
be incredible, really, because you're getting Sergio Ramos, but then he's old, maybe not injury prone, so then probably just another guy as insurance. And I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
100%.
know if you're posing that question thinking of both Hernandez and Pavard leaving, because if
Yeah,
so, then we would probably definitely have to bring in two, right? Or maybe not definitely, but
it would be a good option to bring in too,
yeah,
wouldn't it?
yeah.
Especially with, you know, if Upper was to keep, going down. Hopefully he won't. Hopefully he'll rise
I don't
down.
think he will.
Um,
I think he's, if anything, he might use that as motivation to just get that much better and
yeah,
improve.
true that. True that. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That's a good point. So yeah, they're obviously the main options
Mhm.
of that one. Let's see what the chat has to say, and welcome to everyone that is in here. If you've got any comments that you want me in, or any questions or anything for me and Beats, please do let us know. So Tuchel wants a ball playing centre back. How about Timber? I don't. I know I've made a video on him. I don't know too much about him. I know that he obviously is one of the main players at Ajax, centre back wise,
Mhm.
and he's a good player. I'm not really too sure about him. Do you know anything about him?
I don't know. Yeah, if I don't know enough about the Serie A, I definitely don't know enough about the Dutch
The
league.
Eredivisie. Yeah, the
But
Eredivisie. Yeah,
I mean, I've seen him in a lot of rumors. He must be pretty good, and he's also coming from Ajax, so we know that they're good at
yeah,
producing talent.
100%.
Uh,
Yeah,
but yeah, as far as I don't know enough about his ball carrying capabilities.
yeah.
I think, and this might sound kind of crazy, but because obviously he's had some big mistakes, but I think Upa's a pretty good ball carrier. I mean, he's young, he's got a
Mhm.
lot of potential, but I think part of the reason that he has had these crazy mistakes is because he's the guy that is taking the big risks, not
Yeah,
for better or for worse. He takes big risks, which a lot of times do pay off because he makes some great passes. But yeah, just when you take risks like that, you're going to sometimes have big mistakes.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Um,
Yeah, he's too old.
Tiki says Bayern can't go for Ramos. He's too old. Do you not think, though, just to play devil's advocate, I know where you're coming from with your comment, but do you not think, though, like me and Beat said just a minute ago, you've got the likes of Debt of Mancano, 24, did I say 24? I believe 24.
24, yeah.
24, you've got de Ligt in there. He's very young. We're probably not going to go with someone that's too old. If we were to get two players coming in, we're not going to get two old players, surely. So, maybe Ramos would be a good option, because of that experience. Look at how many Champions Leagues he's won, for God's sake. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
And
yeah.
Euros too, right? They won Euros.
Yes.
So
Yes.
he won it all.
Leipzig are going to, screw Leipzig. Screw Leipzig, man.
Yeah.
They tried to be Bayern and fail every single season. So,
Well, maybe kind of going off of that point of just Leipzig, you see that we're linked with, is it their sporting director or someone named Max Herbel? Bayern seem to really like going after Leipzig people, Leipzig players, Leipzig managers. I don't know why, but yeah,
no, I don't know why either.
I
Especially when
I
you,
don't like it.
yeah, especially when you sign a manager and then go and sack him.
Oh, yeah.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Maybe we could use some of these players Tuchel doesn't want as a mate weight. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I know that who we linked with? We were linked for someone from Inter Milan, and they were gonna put the Sadio Mane in the
Was it
deal.
Martinez?
Yeah, maybe it was Martinez. Yeah, maybe it
Lautaro
was him.
Martinez? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think
yeah,
there'd be
we
anyone
definitely.
else.
Yeah, unless it obviously Bastore, but Sadio Mane definitely we could use. I know that Leon Goretzka. Let me quickly find the tweet. I seen it earlier on Twitter. It said something about Leon Goretzka wants to. Let me find it because I'm going to end up saying it otherwise. Again, though, any of you guys have any questions or points, please put them in the chat. Let me find it. Where is it? Come on. where is it? Here. So I can actually put this on the screen for us. All right, let's share screen. Right, here it is, guys. So this is what's being put out there. Kerry Hall is obviously very well known. Chief reporter of Sport One, and obviously does the national team, German national team, shall I say, and Bayern News. It says, although he wants to stay in Munich, Thomas Tuchel is not the biggest fan of Leon Goretzka. If Declan Rice joins the club, then Goretzka could consider his options with a view of the Euro 2024. 2024. Yeah, I said that right. I thought I said that wrong then. As he needs to play regularly. So, yeah, what are we thinking of that? You know?
I don't like Goretzka, so I'm okay with that.
But yeah, he's definitely an option for if he's not going to want to sit on the bench, because of course he's going to want to go and get in that national team.
Yeah, I don't
for
think
that Euro. So it's going to be a big summer, 110%, a massive summer.
One of the biggest in years, hopefully.
Virgil is shit. Yeah, I just put him on the thumbnail. Because I didn't want to ruin the people we have been talking about in this video. But I'd take Virgil van Dijk. But the problem is he's going to cost too much, because Liverpool aren't going to want to let him go for a ridiculous price. If Rice comes, gets shot of Goretzka, he adds nothing. Plus, we have Lima coming in. Yes, we do. That's another player coming in. Lima obviously coming in. I don't know. Can he play centre back? Not that I want that to be the option, by the way. I want to clarify that. But I believe I don't know if he can play centre back. I'm not sure about Lima playing centre back, but yeah, obviously that's a done deal. He's already come in. What do you think of Declan Rice? I know we're talking about centre backs, but what do you actually think of Declan Rice?
I'm a fan of it. I've been watching some highlight. I know that's not the best way to go about things.
I know what you mean.
Sometimes you just have to. And I'm a fan of getting him. I think it would be great. I think they should trust what. I know you're Tuchel out. I understand, but I think they should still kind of trust the manager. And I think there's been a lot in the past with Bayern. A manager wants X player, the board wants another player, and that's led to bad things, as we all know. So I think it's good that we're gonna at least do our best. The board's gonna do their best to please Tuchel.
Yeah.
So he really wants the guy. He's played against him, obviously being in Chelsea. So I'm a fan of it. I think he could link up really, really well with Kimmich. I think it could be the perfect pairing that maybe they thought the Goretzka and Kimmich would be.
Yeah, no, I can see that 100%. I can see that. I just don't know if he's going to want to leave England, but who knows?
That's true. It's true,
because obviously the only Arsenal are being linked with him. Obviously he's a lifelong fan of Chelsea Football Club. So they're being linked with him. I know United are looking at him. Loads of clubs are looking at him, but for some reason it seems like from what is being put out there, the only teams that are actually talking to his representatives, which is obviously his family, if you didn't know, is Bayern. But again, it is what it is. I don't really know where to sit on it, to be honest with you. Tika says, I prefer De Jong to Rice. Yeah.
I think that's fair.
It is fair, 100%. Obviously, Barcelona is a massive. Even though I can't stand Barca, they are a massive team, playing the big competitions every season, because obviously La Liga isn't as competitive as the Prem, obviously, and obviously, not to shit on La Liga, Real Madrid are the creme de la creme of Champions League football, but
competition,
like Rice. Obviously, De Jong, I wouldn't say he's the finished product, but we've seen what he did at Ajax, ripped it up, was one of the main players with the rest of the team for that Champions League run that they went on, and obviously that's why he got his big money move to Barca. But Rice has still been at West Ham, hasn't really won anything with them, could obviously go and win the Conference League, I believe it is.
With
them very soon. So yeah, that he definitely could get better. I just, again, like I said, I don't know English. You see a lot of the English players. I think Jude Bellingham is definitely someone that's gonna break that mold. But a lot of the English players, when they go abroad, if it's Germany, Spain, Italy, whatever, they like to eventually go back home to England, play in the Prem, play for a City or whatever. So yeah, I'm not really too sure on that one, if I'm honest. But yeah, I would definitely take him. Don't get it twisted. And I think he would be the player that would actually unlock. He could be the player. I shouldn't say if it should. Could be the player that would unlock Joshua Kimmich for Joshua to be the creative spark that he wants to be. Because obviously, him and Goretzka just isn't working. As we know, that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
Nicholas says, if we couldn't get Rice, Kone at Mönchengladbach is pretty good and would be very good defensively. I don't know if I know too much about him. He's the young player from Right by Saying from Mönchengladbach.
Yes.
I want to say the young Frenchman.
I think he is French. I know that he's got like the hair, and he'll have it like be neon green to match the colors. Yeah. If that rings a bell. Yeah.
I don't know too much about him, but maybe. I think the main. Go on.
I think Bayern should aim higher than going to Mönchengladbach.
Yeah, and just to add on that, he's obviously a young player that has to build into the role where we need a player that's going to sit in that team and going to just unlock that, with the key. And
yes, yeah, 100%.
I'll just read that one. De Jong and Rice both play beautiful football. De Jong can make a great contribution with Musiala, I believe. Rice, on the other hand, is looking for a big stage to shine. And yes, number one, I agree with everything you just said. I agree. And I think that's why, other than the fact that he's English, I think that's why he wants to push out there. Obviously, the English part that I just mentioned, me being an Englishman, Beats will know it. You guys that watch him will know it. Everyone that's English, for some reason, because of the English, just gets skyrocketed to be this phenomenon, this and that. I seen an Arsenal fan a couple of months ago saying that Bukayo Saka this season is better than Ian Robben. That blew my mind. I generally need fall over. But yeah, like the English are so like, I would love to see Rice playing for a Real Madrid or playing for a Bayern just to see how actually good he is. Now, I've watched him for a couple of times for West Ham, not against West Ham, for West Ham. And I've watched him play for England as well. And he seems really, really good, but he's playing with the English, and I don't really know if he was to go next to Joshua Kimmich, is he going to be any good? We don't know. But yeah, hopefully it would be on 100%. We'll do 5 more minutes or so, guys. I want to push this to an hour. We could go a little bit over if needs be. But yeah, I'll message you after. So don't feel pressured to say it now on stream if you don't want to. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm going to be doing a review show tomorrow of the season and of Bayern season, and we're going to be having on. How am I forgetting his name? Oh my God. YouTubes. We're going to be having YouTubes on. I would love to have you on as well. Again, don't feel need to say it right now if you're busy and all of that. But yeah, that's going to be tomorrow's show. Spoiler alert. But yeah, we're going to be doing the review tomorrow, which I'm not really looking too forward to be honest with you, even though we did win the league. Hasn't been the best season. Right, we've got a question here for Nicholas. What do we think Tuchel's formation will be next season? Well, I don't know. For some reason this season he was playing the traditional Bayern 4-2-3-1, which is obviously what we've been playing for a long time. Then for some reason when he wants to go all out attack, he plays I think it's the 4-1-4-1, if I'm right by saying. Which would mean 4 at the back, Kimmich in the middle, attacking players, and then Serge Gnabry up top. 4-3-3. I would love to see it, but I don't see it happening.
I think it's hard to answer that question until we know the
until he gets his signings. Yeah.
100%, that'll dictate. Maybe. I mean, he's going to sign. He's going to want it. Let's say he wants to go after Rice. It seems like he does. If they don't get Rice, then they gotta go back to the drawing board. See, so yeah, it's hard to answer that question.
Yeah, 100%. I'll have to agree with that as well. Right, let me just quickly go on here, see if there's anything else we need to talk about. Bayern will face RB Leipzig in the 2023 DFL Super Club on August 12th. That's something that's just come out. So we'll be playing Leipzig. In that, to be honest, it's been a slow news day. To be honest with you, there was some news coming out about Randall Connolly and the talks progressing and all of that. But
I saw that. I don't know who that source is though.
Exactly.
I mean, could be accurate. I don't know, but it's because I've seen. I'm guessing you're looking at the Bayern in Germany Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been seeing Dusan Blahovic, if I'm saying that right. I've been seeing him more than Kolomoani recently. So then they're kind of going back to him. Who knows? Who knows?
Don't know what to believe, do you? You just don't know what to believe.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably working on both because one doesn't work, then the other. They've got definitely have multiple options.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be putting all of your eggs into one basket because that just isn't going to work. And I do agree with. Go on. Yeah, 100%, 100%, and 100%. Harry Kane rejected us for United. He can go there. I know that he scores 30 odd goals a season and all of that. I might sound like an idiot because we haven't scored that this season with any player, let alone our top 2 goal scorers combined. But I don't want Harry Kane anywhere near this football club. Man, the guy does not have any ambition to win trophies. If he did, he would have pushed his way out of Spurs a long time ago. But goal scoring wise, of course, he's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But Sadio Mané is a failure. Yes, 110% he is. 110%.
Shouldn't be a question mark there. That should be an exclamation point.
100%. Yeah, for real. What about the future for him? There should be no future for him. If you guys, if you've watched the channel, if you have seen the match reactions, all of that, I want Tuchel out, and I do want Tuchel out. I know it's probably not going to happen, but with that said, if Tuchel gives Sadio Mane another chance, he's an absolute mug, because he's just going to get the same crappy old performances like we got this season. Now I know he had a big injury, but he's been diabolical.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Diabolical, and it's not like Bayern have got crap players, you know what I mean? Like, we got some of the greatest players in Europe, so it's if we had crap players, you could understand that. You'd be like, yeah, but he's playing with this, he's playing with that. When he's at Liverpool, he's playing with Salah, Trent, all of this, but he's got Kimmich and Musiala there, so it's like
I saw on the same Twitter page, and I thought it was one of the funnier things that I've read in a while. Bayern is convincing him to leave or convincing him to get out. That's the funniest thing I've ever read. That's why I love Bayern. I mean, he wants to stay. Of course, I'm sure he wants to stay. He wants to prove he's
the top earner. He's the top earner at the club, by the way.
Probably the biggest thing. But I think there's probably some element of pride there, wanting to say he probably knows how bad he's been, wants to prove otherwise. But they're saying no, we want you gone. So what do we have to do to make you leave? And I think that was the funniest thing. So
legit. Why is Bayern slow in the transfer market? Man City, the best team in the world, are about to sign Kovacic. Is Kovacic? Is that the one from Chelsea? I'm not saying.
Yeah.
But we are not close to signing any. Well,
we don't control the price of oil, so. Yeah,
true. That's one thing. Another thing on that as well is, Bayern. Beats obviously just hit the nail on the head with the money wise, but like Bayern, we're being linked with players here, there, left, right, and centre. I do agree with you though, Tiki, at the same time though, because they're still play. They just won the cup today, the FA Cup today, beating Manchester United 2-1. They're going to be playing, I believe, is it next week or something for the Champions League final?
Ooh, I think I'm not sure actually. I'm not
sure.
So,
they're still playing games. Our season's over, so why aren't we doing business? I do agree with you at times.
I agree with them too. It's just,
Another thing to mention as well, I've said this so many times, and I want to actually quickly get your opinion on it, Beats, as well. Gundogan, I probably butchered his name, but he scored two goals today against Manchester United. He won Man City the trophy. why we aren't even looking at him, because he's about to be a free agent.
He's German too,
and of course,
they always want Germans.
It's very confusing when we're not in for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, on back on your comment, mate. I don't know why we haven't. Yeah, I don't know. I think the main problem for us at the moment is, before we bring anyone in, we don't want to go. Let's just put this for instance, and this isn't going to happen, or it might happen. I don't know. But let's just say we are going to sign Vlahovic, right? We don't want to go and spend 150 million. It wouldn't be that much, but 150 million on Vlahovic, and then Lucas Hernandez wants out, so we got to replace him. Pavard wants out, got to replace him. Goretzka, got to replace him. You know what I mean? You've got to replace all of these players, and if we go and spend all of our money on one player, then we probably shot ourselves in the foot. So at the moment, I think with Bayern, it's more of a need to get players out before we start bringing players in. What do you think of that? Do you think I'm right? Or
no, I agree. I really agree with you, because they don't have the luxury of just having a blank check. They've got to be smart, so that we got to worry about who's going to be there now and then who's going to go before we can say, okay, who we're bringing in. So, yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah, 100%. And just to add on to that as well, remember, Sadio Mané was a flop, like we've been saying in this video and in this stream. We can't be doing that again. You know what I mean? And, we just sacked Oliver Kahn, legend of the club. We just sacked Brazo, legend of the club. You know what I mean? We need to get this train stable again, if that's what you want to say. Couple more minutes though, and then we'll bounce out of here. I'd have Vlahovic. I'd also take Marcus Thuram. He's on a free. Yep, he's on a free transfer. He would add depth to the attack. The only problem with the attack, now I've seen a lot of things coming out about the attack, and I also seen a brilliant tweet today about when we signed, I think it was Miroslav Klose and Luca Toni. I believe we signed them both in the same window, if I'm right by saying. And the tweet basically was saying the fact that we're being heavily linked with Vlahovic and then we're being heavily linked with Kolomyani. Could we go and get both? I'm not really too sure. I don't think we have the money for that, number one. But Choupo-Moting just signed a brand new deal. Mathijs Tau, is he going to go on loan? We don't know. Obviously, I know that you like him.
I do.
And it looks like he will end up on loan, because from what all the tweets and that are saying is Thomas Tuchel doesn't fancy him being here next season, which is absolute. That's just adding on to the hate in the Tuchel out thing, to be perfectly honest with you. But Marcus Thuram obviously does it in the league, doesn't he? He's in our league, so I don't understand why we aren't. I don't get it. Bayern are willing to sell Mané, Gnabry, and Sané. I seen that. I also seen that, but I also seen something saying that because of Serge Gnabry's contributions at the end of the season, Tuchel wants to keep him, and Leroy Sané ain't going anywhere. I don't see that one happening. I'll be gobsmacked to see that one happen. But Sadio Mané, 100%. If they go, who should we go and get? I'm thinking, no way we're getting him out of Napoli. Not a chance. Bernardo Silva would be a good player. And if that's Dembele is in Ousmane Dembele from Barca, no thank you. He has matchsticks for legs.
I like Bernardo Silva the most out of those three, because he played so well against Bayern. Oh my gosh, he's
another player you've got to try and drag out of Man City though, and it's not going to come cheap. Remember, we haven't even signed Cancelo yet, if we are going to anyway. Gundogan or Musiala, who will be at Cam?
Musiala, probably.
Surely Musiala,
I would be shocked.
But Gundogan definitely needs his spot. He's been brilliant this season, and hopefully Flick is seeing that. Isn't playing Cam. Yep. Oh, this was the comment on why we aren't going to get him. He said because he's 32. I do see that, but if Ryan Gravenberch is going to, like we were saying with Ramos earlier, experience is only gonna help the other young lads. even though that I think Jamal Musiala is ridiculous as it is. I think it's Mane himself who didn't find his feet in the team. He's a professional footballer and have to adapt to the system. Can't blame anyone for his failure but Mane himself. Yeah.
Can't disagree with that.
I also want to again play devil's advocate on that though. It probably, I don't really want to say it, but it probably didn't help that they sacked Julian Nagelsmann though, because he come in as a Julian Nagelsmann signing. Next minute he's got to play Tuchel football, which they're two different things. So yeah no, 100%. We must better players to destroy Man City. Yeah, no chance, mate. Not a chance. They got the best manager in the world right now. The best centre-back in the world right now for me in Ruben Dias, and the best striker in the world. Not a chance. And the best midfielder in the world as well.
Yeah, they've got all three. Well, all four. You said the coach. Yeah, all.
Literally, they are playing chess. We are playing checkers.
You probably have to say, I mean, we're ripping on them for having all this money, but they're so smart with it. PSG have the same amount of money. Look what they're doing. Their fans are booing Messi.
Yeah, and going to Neymar's house and trying to knock the door down.
You know, they're at least smart with it. Can't blame them. You know, or you gotta give them credit rather.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and that's why when City fans were going on and on at Twitter, it was like just let them have their moment, because at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do.
No.
We're not going to blow them out of the water. Mane isn't suited for our possession-based style. We do counter-attack a lot though. That's so he should be doing better. To be honest, like I said just a second ago, Julian Nagelsmann going probably didn't help his season. No. And then obviously the World Cup being in there and everything else.
The World Cup probably the biggest thing. But
they also have the best DM in the world. Yep. Rodri.
That's right. Oh, yeah, they're just fast, unfortunately.
Which defenders are available in the market? We need two. Well, Richard, I don't know if you were here from the start, so I'll quickly reiterate because I don't want to be all year. So in the video, there was 5 options. Bayern aren't linked with any of them at this moment in time. It's just options for the video, just to spark comments between us as a community. So Laporte wants game time and wants to leave. Don't know what his price would be. Obviously, he's 29. That could be an option. Pau Torres being linked with Aston Villa because his old manager Unai Emery's there. 26 years old. Left-footed as well, brilliant player. In Indigo, I probably butchered his name again. The young player from Sporting Lisbon, 21 years old. He's an option. Bastoni is an option, and Sergio Ramos is an option. But again, none of these players have been linked with us. I want to reiterate that because otherwise, I'm going to be getting people going, "He's not even linked with us."
Who's the guy from Napoli? He's not linked with us either. But
Kim Min-jae.
Yes. Don't know a whole lot about him, but hey, Napoli won Serie A handily. So you have to say he had probably played a part in that.
100%. But yeah, on your comment there, Richard, we do need to. If both of them go, we need to. I don't know. I really don't worry, mate. It's fine. I really don't know. Don't worry about it. I generally don't know. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. Lucas, Pavard leaving. Yeah, both of them going. I know that we're being heavily linked, and obviously did the video today on Guerrero. And it looks like we're going to be bringing him in as a free, but of course he's not a centre back. He can play in the midfield, and of course he can play at left back, which obviously would give Alphonso Davies some competition, but.
That probably means they're not getting Cancelo then, right?
Yeah, I think that is because of the price and all of that. Again, we got to be cheap with it.
Yeah, if they got to go after other positions, I don't blame them. That makes sense.
We have to sign good players. There's a reason why Laporte doesn't play for City. I know where you're coming from, but I have to disagree. And maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong for thinking this way. But I remember watching him play for Bilbao, and I think he was brilliant. And again, that was years ago. So maybe you are right. But I think when it's Pep Guardiola football, you either fit into a system or you don't play. I don't necessarily think it's all to do with egos and all of this. Of course, there's massive egos in football. But like, I think if you don't fit in his system, you don't play. You know, so I know where you're coming from though. I can see where you're coming from. If he's not playing for them, why would he play for us? And why should we go and get him? I get that. Again, we mentioned Timber, don't know too much about him. And I know that Manchester United are linked with them. That's probably because of their manager, obviously being their former manager. What about we just go for Van Dijk if we sell? No, if you sell both Pavard and Hernandez, you need to go in for someone that's young. That's why I put Sergio Ramos on that list, because if you were to bring Sergio Ramos, yes, he's old, yes, he's experienced, but he's a free transfer. Just look at Daley Blind, for instance. We only brought him in to have him as a cover. You know, not that Sergio Ramos is obviously Daley Blind, two different players, but
and maybe if we didn't need a CDM and striker, then maybe, but they also need those probably more than a center back, even with those two guys leaving. So
100%. Do you guys think we should by any means keep wait, let me read this again. Do you guys think we should by any means keep Koeman at Bayern for the next 4 to 5 years? I will be devastated if he leaves early. One of the most consistent and impact player. Yeah, no, 100%. He is going nowhere. I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, no, he has been absolutely electric. The only problem for me with Koeman is I know that Bayern like to do this whole Jamal at cam, then Jamal at left mid, Serge Gnabry at right mid, then him at striker. We like to switch these players like we're just messing around with them. At times, though, I don't think it helps Koeman, because for some reason he can play on the left, then he can play on the right. You know, then we're switching up formations left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Know? Of course, don't be predictable. I get that. Don't be predictable, because if we're predictable, then you go against a tactician like Pep Guardiola. He's going to be saying straight to his players, "Stay on this, man. Do this, do that."
Or just Villarreal. You know?
Yeah, right. For real. Ramos, we need him. He is good. But he's very reckless, though. So maybe that would be good, though. Don't know. Davies next. I don't know too much on Davies at the moment. I know that there was obviously big conversations with him because of he wanted to know what's going on with the club. So 22 hours ago from Kerry Hall, at the club and in the team, there are no doubts that Alphonso Davies will stay, despite Real Madrid's interest. Davies' priority remains Bayern Munich. He feels comfortable in Munich and has a contract extension this year. And a contract extension this year remains a possibility despite his agent's statements. So yeah, take that as you will. You never know. What about Koundé from Barca? He's fast. He likes to be on the ball. He again though. I don't really want a player that's at Barca, if I'm honest, other than Frankie de Jong and Pedri. Because obviously I think Pedri's similar to Musiala, as in he's going to be a generational talent. Real Madrid won't let go of him. Not a chance. They're not going to let him go anywhere.
I wish. No.
Yeah, no. I wish as well. Anything else you want to add, mate?
No, I think we covered it. I think, I'm excited to see what happens this summer. It's going to be a lot of craziness, good and bad, probably.
Yes, it is going to be a crazy summer, 100%.
Still upset about Lucas, though. I'm not, it's fine. He's going to leave, whatever, but kind of just the way he's going about it,
It's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, very disappointing. And I think you said it at the beginning. Pavard's been professional about it, at least. The guy that's, he's had his moments. I guess we could keep it short with that. He's been kind of crazy on and off the pitch, but he's at least being professional about it. So I just PSG too. I mean,
More for him, mate. More for him. If he wants to go to that club, they don't know what they're doing from
as
Monday
long
to
as
Tuesday. So
they can give us 85, 90. They won't be cheap. That's good, but I just don't see any ambition with that, which is it's surprising coming from Lucas, because on the field when he's actually playing,
yeah, man.
he's big mentality.
Pulling the badge, kissing the badge, everything.
Yeah, but now I don't know about that now.
100%, mate. What's to say? If Davies is leaving, there's no chance you're getting Theo Hernandez out of AC Milan either. Not a chance.
Yeah. I can see, not next season, but I can see Davies leaving at some point. What about?
No.
I don't know how I missed that.
Definitely not. But yeah, thank you guys for being in here. Thank you, Beats, for coming on, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taking the time out of your day and all of that. And yeah, man, hope you guys have enjoyed. We're gonna be hopefully going forward doing an 8 p.m. UK time show every single day. So that's the plan. Obviously the videos will continue, the shorts will come, and all of that. And to be honest with you, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone, Beats included, of course. But the channel has been absolutely booming at the moment. We just hit 1,381. It was only the other day we hit 1,300, and now we're nearly at 1.4. So a massive shout out to everyone. And yeah, until then though, guys, smash the thumbs up if you have enjoyed. If you're watching this as a video, please do hit the like button as well. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. And until then, we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully we'll be getting some good news tomorrow. Happy birthday, Ren, for your birthday tomorrow, mate. Till then, miasa mia, peace out.